Hi everyone, welcome to my deck profile for Shizuku. She has the Hey everyone, welcome to my profile for Shizuku. Since she got a new stride, I figured I would build the deck properly because before I used her with the promo Olyvia grade 3, but since she has a new stride and a support grade 3, I thought try to build it properly. So we're going to start off with Bermuda Triangle Cadet Shizuku, which is from the original Bermuda set, the first one. So basically, she's a grade 3 searcher, counter +1, look at the top 5 for grade 3. That's on rearguard. So, little cutie. She's useful to search out grade 3s, which is good for Shizuku. And then for triggers, all of them are different because I ran it with the Olyvia, which needs different card names, but I figured since Bermuda has so many triggers, we can use one different trigger for each. So for heal, and then we have 12 crit, again, each different, because why not? Bermuda has such pretty artwork. Let's just showcase it off. Right, and then for my grade 1s, now I do have a lot of Bermuda decks, so I switched the perfect guards around. So these are just placeholders for Kukuri. She's an unflipping perfect guard, so basically when one's the drop zone and you get rid of another one for the cost of perfect guarding, you can unflip damage, which is useful. Of course it's useful. Anyway, and then we have Stride Fodder, Shandee, very pretty. Basically discard her for striding, obviously. So here's one of Shizuku's new support cards. Basically, it's Abundant Pink Sedna. If you remember Sedna, she was originally grade 1, aka Vanilla. So, Vanguard Rearguard. This unit gets 1,000 for each unit with Shizuku in the card name on the Vanguard and Rearguard. And then all your units with Shizuku card names in the Vanguard and Rearguard get an extra 1,000. So, the columns can get pretty ridiculous. And then following up the grade 1s, we have the lovely Shizuku herself, which is basically when she's in harmony, look at the top top 5 for grade 3 or greater card among them. I don't know why it says greater. Reveal them to your opponent and then put it in your hand. Again, I don't know why she says grade 3 or greater because we don't have grade 4s unless you're Kagero. And then grade 2s, we have Dreaming Step Shizuku. She was from the Summer Supply Bots, I think it's called. So basically, when she attacks, you choose a grade 3 from your hand, discard it, and she gets 5,000 power. And if she's in harmony, look at the top 5, search for a grade 3 card, and put it in your hand. So, good for grade 3 searchers. Kept the theme. And then we have 4 of her support card, her new one, Interesting Hope. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name. She's basically Soul Blast 1, choose a card with Shizuku in the soul and put it back to your hand. And if it's a 0, counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. And she gets 5,000 power. It's good with getting the grade 0 back to our hand, so opponents can't guard with 0s, which we will get to when we show off the stride. And since I'm not sure what other, because I don't have Spica anymore, I run 2 Unbelieveagirl Potpourri, whatever. Basically, when she hits a Vanguard, return this unit to your hand. If it's in harmony, call down a card. And more proof of Shizuku is my less of priority deck, we have 2 pretty Celeb Charlette. Basically, when her attack hits, counterblast 1, return her to your hand, and call a card, not named her, to the rearguard. She's only on the rearguard, so she's not too useful, but she's still pretty, which is why she's in here. And we have 4 of the grade 3 Shizuku. So she's harmony. And when she's placed on rearguard, when she's placed on Vanguard, counterblast 1, and look at the top 5, reveal up to 1 grade 3 with Shizuku and the card name from one of them and put it in your hand. I think that's actually an error I think it is search for grade 3, or a card with Shizuku in its name. That's what I believe it is. And when she stride, basically all your grade 2s become grade 3s, because you get grade +1. So, yay! More grade 3s, or grade 2s, calls grade 3s. And then this is her support grade 3. Basically, Shibuki, when she's placed in rear guard, choose a Shizuku from your soul and put it in your hand. So that's another way we can get grade 1s and grade 0s to our hand. That's a Shizuku. And Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 1. Soul Blast 1, return her to your hand, and when she's boosted, at the end of the battle that she's boosted, chooses Shizuku. She has to be boosted by a Shizuku card, and then you can draw a card with her. So it's not too bad, but it's mostly for the effect of getting the grade 0 and the grade 1 to our hand. So now moving on to the Shizuku Stride. Basically, so she flips herself, which isn't too bad. We're going to put the pretty SP up here. Anyway, so basically, Counterblast 1, flip a copy. Reveal the top 5 cards from your deck. Put up to 2 grade 3 cards or cards with Shizuku in its card name in your hand. And shuffle your deck, obviously. And you can reveal up to 5 cards with Shizuku in the card name. And she gets 5,000 power for each card. So if you have 5 Shizukus, she gets plus 25. Yes. My brain is not working too well with math today, so that's it. And they can't guard with that grade. So if you have the grade 0, 1, 2, and 3, you just so happen to it, they can't guard with any of those units. And yeah, and she's just a big little powerhouse. Yay! There goes my alarm. Ilya, go away. Thank you. I'm already up for the day. And then we have 4 G Guardians. Basically, besides the 4 Shizukus, sorry about that. Besides the deck Pacific Stride, normally my G-Zone is the same, give or take minus 1 or 2 cards. So we have 4 G-Guardians, 2 of the Pretty Elly. So basically, she gets 10,000 power for each Perfect Guardian in your drop zone and for her, face up in the G-Zone. And her GB2 is Soul Blast 1. When she's put in the G-Zone, you can turn her face up. And when she's put face up in the G-Zone, you can Soul Blast 1 to flip her back down, which is handy. And Shandee, which is a must in Bermuda, I think. So basically, GB1 ability, flip a G-Guardian face up, and she gets 5,000 power for every 2 cards in your hand. Power. She gets 5k shield for each card in your hand. And if you don't have enough, you can counterblast 1 for an extra 5k. And then Leona. Pretty Leona. And when she's placed on Guardian Circle, you can bounce a card back. And if it's the same card you place back down to guard with, it gets an extra 5k. And that's it. 1 Megiddo. I don't use Megiddo at all, but it's just pretty to look at. But again, the set, if you've seen my previous video of reindeer, I'm not a fan of the quality of this set. It's atrocious. And 1 Amoris, because to fill out the G-Zone, pretty much. Elprina. No, not Elprina. Yeah, it is. Basically, Amoris, if you don't know what she does, basically, when she's placed on Vanguard, you can bounce up to 2 rear guards back. And then her is, you Soul Blast 1 and choose up to 2 rear guards to do that. And then we have 4 Olyvia, because Olyvia. I find with the new strides, I don't really use Olyvia too much. She's more of, if I can't use the certain card, like for reindeer, if I can't use reindeer for the stride, or in this case Shizuku, if I don't have enough Shizukus, I will go into Olyvia to get off extra attacks. And then last is Priscilla, the GB8. Basically, when at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, discard a card from your hand, bounce everything back, choose up to 5, and place them back down, and they each get 5k. So, again, can be pretty powerful. And that is my deck profile for Shizuku. Thank you all for watching. I should be doing my Riviera deck profile soon. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day.